Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Cordetti Motorsports. I'm in beautiful Pincher Creek, Alberta, doing some work. I had some contracts that I was fulfilling down here with some first aid training, and winter paid us a visit during my trip down here. So I'm going to show you what the truck looks like. I've been driving for 5 hours down on the main highway. That's from Edmonton, Alberta, down to Pincher Creek, Alberta, and I did a little bit of tour. So this is going after a couple of days of driving, and I'm going to show you what this winter buildup on the Tundra has done to it. It's kind of cool looking, so let's go check it out. So anyway guys, the wheel wells are stuffed. Now we're talking a lot about a lot of guys stuffing their wheel wells with their tires. Well, this is winter's definition of a stuffed wheel well. Look at that ice buildup. And it just is crazy how it sticks on there. And even when I'm turning, it doesn't kick it off. So it might fall off in chunks. So what I'm going to do with this bad boy is do a fuel economy test. So I think I'm at about 12.7 liters per 100 kilometers right now as the test is there. This one's not quite as bad. A little bit of ice got knocked up, but she's still stuffed in there. Look at the clearance that I have with this thing. And I've been driving it probably for 300-400 kilometers like this as it is. Probably a couple hundred miles at least, and she's frozen on there. So back wheel wells are not as bad, but the rest of the truck is holding up really well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hit the gas station, grab some coffee for the road. It's a 5-hour trip back to home. I'm going to go on there and do a fuel mileage test, and see the difference of all this ice buildup and extra weight from ice, what actually affects fuel economy on these things on the winter drive. Probably going to get nicer weather in another week or so. This is just second visit of winter, which is normal around here. And yeah, so what I'll do is I'll do 2 tests. This is part 1. A dirty, icy, wheel well full of icebergs test on its first fuel mileage, and then the next one, when I come back here in about a month, it'll be obviously nicer weather, I think it's so anyway, and we'll do another test on a nice clean summer warmer weather drive and compare the 2 fuel economy figures. So anyway guys, let's go hit the Shell gas station, give her a top up, and grab some coffee and hit the road home. Alrighty guys, it took $44, 29.9 liters, just a bit under 30 liters. I'll convert that to the gallons. I know it's divided by 1.6 or divided by 1.6 for gallons. That's the US gallons. I know there's 2 gallons imperial in US, so that's going to be just kind of figures to go over when you are doing fuel economy tests. So let's go fire it up. Not sure how good that's focusing as I'm going in and out of lighting conditions. Okay, so odometer, we're at trip A, and then now we are at 0. And with the fuel economy, so right now I haven't touched it. I reset it back in Edmonton, and we were doing 12.9 liters per 100k. That's in minus 5 to 10 weather, and that's in Celsius. So I'm about minus 7 to 10 average, and that's through mostly highway driving. There's city driving here, but it's in snowy, icy driving conditions that are not exactly friendly. So anyway guys, we're gonna hit the road. I will do a break, and I'm gonna reset everything, and then we will see what kind of fuel mileage all this extra iceberg weight. So we're carrying the Titanic with us. Well guys, I'd just like to show you exactly the type of conditions I'm driving in. They're kind of slick. It's like ice and snow all over the road. And as you can see, the visibility is not too bad, but not too great either. Doing about 100 kilometers an hour. That's about 62 miles an hour for you guys in the US, or guys who are using Imperial. The vehicle now is doing, the Tundra is at 14.9 liters per 100k, and it's dropping slowly. I think the engine, as it's warming up, is using less fuel, and yeah, and we'll get the drive. So it's pretty decent drive as it goes by. I am in 4-wheel high due to the slick surfaces. When I go up hills, it just keeps the vehicle a little bit more stable. and a little bit more traction friendly. So anyway guys, I'll kind of give you updates as I go along the road. It's about a 5-hour trip, so again, just enjoy the ride, and I will report to you on a super icebergy, you know, infested Tundra fuel economy on winter's last knock at our door.
Johnny Cash. This is Land Codes, Grace's love story on CJWE. They said I was nothing but a troublemaker, never up to no good.
Well everybody, I'm hitting Nanton, which is a small little town in southern Alberta. It's the second town since I left, and yeah, I'm averaging 12.2 liters per 100k. I did take it at a 4-wheel drive. The roads have smoothed up and it is -8 degrees. So I did notice a little bit of a fuel efficiency increase when it came to removing it from 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive back down to 2-wheel drive. So there's a bit of a difference, and yeah, so far roads are going good. A little bit slick, but not bad. The right lane seems to be pretty bare and dry as it goes. And yeah guys, not much to see in Nanton. Cool little town, nice little western town. But yeah, I'm gonna keep plugging through. Next stop I'll do is in Calgary. Probably just do a stretch break, grab a coffee or whatever, and go from there. So anyway guys, just thought I'd do a little drive update on my trip and fuel mileage report. Well everybody, just a quick little update. We're heading into Calgary now. We're not too far from the city center. Just going to be hitting the Deerfoot Trail, which is my exit, and we can see a little bit of snow covered here now on the lane, and mileage has been improving to about 11.8 liters per 100k with a -7 to -8 what's it called, temperature. So yeah, here we go. We're not doing too bad. Again, I haven't seen if the icebergs have left the truck. Haven't heard any big clunking or anything, so I'm assuming they're still there. But anyway guys, yeah, we're gonna do a little stop in a little while, and I'll do a walk around, stretch my legs, and give you a little bit of an update on the report in maybe about a half an hour. All right guys, catch you in a bit. Well everybody, I made it to Red Deer, so I'm more than halfway done the trip, and so far it is going well. So as you can see here, it's been getting really good fuel mileage considering the temperature's been fluctuating anywhere between -6 to -8. Traveling speeds are usually between 60 to 70 miles an hour or 100 to 120 kilometers an hour, and I'm averaging 11.7 liters per 100 kilometers. So I think that's pretty good so far. Let's go take a look to see if the icebergs are still attached to the wheel well. I did hear some crunching, so I think I lost a few. Oh, the backs are pretty well intact. And this is the drag it's putting on the truck. Now mind you, I'm still running winter tires. They are a Continental Viking Contact 7, and those are, the size of the tires are a 275. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's a 275 65 R18s on all four corners. I did lose a little bit of the icicles here at the top. They were coming quite down there, so I know I did hit a big bump on the expansion joint, so that kind of kicked that one in there, and I've got huge icebergs attached to that area. So the side step, losing my train of thoughts. So this one here is pretty well intact. Like I said, how you can drive 3-4 hours and still have this in the way is quite amazing. But anyway, she's doing really good. Still, like I said, winter-like conditions. Truck is dirty. It's gonna get a detail, and yeah, so it looks like we're going into the abyss in the Titanic here on a deep sea dive. So as you can see, she's pretty greasy. It's gonna take me a few coins on the coin wash to wash this guy up, but I do notice sometimes as well, intermittently, that the front radar does not work really well, and so the front gets really dirty with it. As you can see, I got some nice icicles in there in the back, and this guy here is that front radar, and I notice it does give me a little bit of a warning from time to time. Technically, the only warnings I've been getting on the dashboard are, would you like to take a break? And again, this is the back end of the Tundra after a really wintry, snowy, slushy, dirty drive. So anyway, guys, once I get to Edmonton, I will report to you on the full trip and the full fuel mileage, but so far very happy at 11.7 liters per 100K on average. It's doing really well. Not carrying too much heavy weight. No, nothing in the back bed. I've probably got maybe 200 pounds worth of equipment. Well guys, we finally hit our destination. I'm back home and I'm at the last fuel stop. Made it on one tank. So we're averaging 11.8 liters per 100K on a 535.2 kilometer trip. Looks like I had another 74 kilometers to go to empty. So it gets just a little over 600 kilometers to a tank. So yeah, she's not doing too bad. So I have a few little in reserve there. -3, it got about 3 to 4 degrees warmer as I was driving up. And so I maintained an 11.8 liter per 100K, 99% city driving. I did a little bit of driving around in Red Deer, so that kind of changed it up a little bit from the low 11s. But yeah, that's about it. So I'm going to fill up and just kind of mark what I put in versus what the computer says. I know it's not 100% accuracy, but anyway, it kind of gives you a good look of what it is. And yeah, we'll touch base in a bit. Well guys, made it home, 61.9 liters, so driving 535 kilometers thereabout. I'll put all the stats and numbers in here, and that's driving a very dirty vehicle in snowy, icy conditions in about -5 to -10 weather. Let's see how those icicles stayed on. A lot of them stayed on for dear life. So if we look at it, front wheel well kind of cleared a little bit. I know I hit a big bump and saw some chunks going away, but for the most part, she hung in there all 535 kilometers. I lost that big chunk that was sitting there, which is good. It is starting to get nicer and melting. So again, we have a lot of icicles here. And again, still looks like the inside of the Titanic on its, another expedition down to the bottom of the ocean. But overall, it's held up pretty good. Fuel mileage is pretty impressive considering a lot of drag, a lot of weight, a lot of extra ice and snow everywhere. So that kind of shows you where it is. Tires work flawlessly, really good traction. I'm very happy with the Continental brand tires. This is the worst wheel well. It looks like it's still holding on for dear life. These icicles are stubborn. It's going to take a lot of coin wash, a lot of coins at the coin wash to get this guy all nice and clean. We will do amazing detail on it. I'm going to go unload it right now, and yeah guys, kind of a little rest for the day. Well, there you go guys, another trip done with the Tundra. This one was the longest trip by taking it on so far, about just over 1,000 kilometers round trip. It worked flawlessly and it worked effectively, and I'm pretty happy with the fuel economy. Of course, I'm going to do that with the summer tires on, and again in nicer weather, and we'll compare the fuel mileage with a dirty winter cold drive versus a nice summer warm drive. We'll see if we see a big difference or a minor one. Guess time will remain to be seen. That video will probably come in a month or so from now, just when the weather gets better. I can do a better fair comparison. So anyway, there's a winter trip for you, so with some experience. This is in Alberta, Canada, and still winter even though it's spring. Guys, thanks for coming along on this ride, and we'll catch you on the next episode of Cordetti Motorsports. You guys stay loose for now.